Are at right angles, and the side lengths are given in centimeters. What is the area in centimeters of the given figure? And so see everything is in centimeters. So okay, let's just divide this into two different shapes. So we have this is 9 total, right? This side here is 9. And so if this is 3, 9 minus 3 is 6. So we have a 6 by 6, which is 36, 6 times 6. And then we have a 3 by 13, which is 3 times 13 is 39. So 36 plus 39 is 75, or G. And the measures of BED and AEB are 90 and 145 respectively. So this is 90 and this is 145. Okay. What's the measure of CED? So we want to know this angle right here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, step 1, is we're going to figure out what this angle is right here. So now there's 180 degrees in an arc, so 180. We know this is 45, so 180 minus 145, and that gives us 35. So this angle is 35 degrees. Now, we know that this entire angle right here is 90 degrees. So we just want this portion, we just have to do 90 minus 35, and that leaves us with 55. C. For a concept question, in the standard xy coordinate plane, the graph sine y 5 sine x negative 7 undergoes a single translation, and so the new equation is y equals 5 sine x to the negative 14. So we go from negative 7 sine of x to negative 14, and that just means it's going down 7 units. So that's a kind of a concept question more than math, and sometimes they're so easy they're hard. You could actually put straight into your calculator if you wanted to, and it'd give you the answer. But 9 to the 1/2 is 3. 16 to the 1/2 is 4. So 3 plus 4 is 7, and then 7 squared is 49. So C. Below, what is the value of sine of theta? So this angle. So we're missing this side here, this side. So we want to know what that is first. So we can recognize this as a 5, 12, 13 triangle. Or we can use Pythagorean theorem, a squared b squared c squared. But if we just recognize this, ACT loves 5, 12, 13 triangles, we've got that side. Now we need SOHCAHTOA. Sine opposite over hypotenuse, cosine adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent opposite over adjacent. Of course, there's no need to write these out because we're only using sine. So we have the opposite, which is 5, over the hypotenuse, which is 13. So that's our answer, 5 over 13F. 6-inch grid shown below is divided into 36 squares, each with a side length of 1. Each vertex has 2 shaded triangles, lies in the intersection of 2 grids. What fraction of the 6-inch by 6-inch square is shaded? Generally don't have to read that. I generally know what these are asking. You can go straight to the question, what fraction is shaded? There's 2 ways to do this. I'm going to zoom in. So way number 1 is you could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you count the squares that look like they might match. 11, maybe this one and this one are 12, and then maybe this one and this one 13, and then these two 14, and then 15, and then this one and this one maybe about 16. So 16 over 36, and that reduces to 4 out of 9, which means our answer is going to be C. Now there's another way you can do this one. You could say, well, I know the total 6 by 6 area is 36, and now I'm just going to separate the triangles using the triangle area formula, base times height divided by 2. So the base of this triangle is 2. The height is 1, 2, 3, and a bit more. So we're going to call it 3 for the moment. And then we have the base of this triangle, 1, 2, 3, 4, by about 6. So we have an area of base times height, 2 times 3, divided by 2. And then you have, which is 3, base times height, 24, divided by 2, which is 12. So that's going to be about 12. Remember, we had just a smidge more also. So we have about 15 plus a little bit more. So 15, round it maybe to 16, right? 16 over 36, which also reduces to 4 over 9. So whichever way makes you happy, whichever way is the fastest way to solve the problem for you, that's the way you should do this question. So our answer is C.
Values in the equation below are exact. What values of C makes the equation true? So what values of C, when plugged in, will equal 255? So you could solve this algebraically, but I'm going to go a faster method. What's faster for me anyway, I think, is plug it in the answers. I'm going to start with -5 and plug that into C to see, plug it in my calculator. So calculator makes it easier. And if I'm wrong, I can go up or down depending on what my answer is and just re-plug it into my calculator. So when I plug in -5 to C, I actually get the answer is 255. So my answer is H. Inequalities is true for all positive integers m. So I'm just going to make m equals 2 and plug this into C. So 2 is less than or equal to 1/2. That is not true. 2 is greater than that. 2 is less than or equal to the square root of 2. That's not true either. 2 is greater than or equal to 2 squared. Nope, that 2 is not greater than 4. 2 is less than or equal to 2 plus 1. That is true. Now, it says for all integers, so you always have to double check because 2 might work for 2 of them. You might have to plug another number into C. So 2 is greater than or equal to the square root of 2 plus 1, which is not true. So the only one that works is choice D. So your answer is D. A formula for the volume of a right circular cylinder is volume equals pi r squared times height. So anytime, sometimes they give you the formula, sometimes they don't. If you just think of it as circles stacked on top of each other, lots of circles, pi r squared is the formula, and height is what you'll get for cylinders, then that makes it pretty easy. So anyway, on this one, we have, has a radius of 5, so pi 5 squared times height, which is 3 meters, and just multiply that together. So 25 times pi times 3 is 235. And then it says, given the weight of 1 cubic water is 2,205 pounds, what is the weight of the water in the tank? So 235 times 2,205 is 518,175. So that means our answer is J. Let's make that better. J.